All right. Good evening, everyone. And it's been a while I did this. It's been almost over a month I did this. So usually from the different communities I'm in, I usually get requests, what discuss this talk, walk through this talk. What are your thoughts? So I got three requests actually. I got I got for Nigerian Exchange Group. I got for Haldane McCall, and then there's a third company, Livestock Feeds. So um now in preparing, I say, hey, I have the ingredients for a video, so let me just do a brief video. But as always, please note, content is not investment or trading or personal finance advice. They're not stock picks. Please do your own research. Past performance is no guarantee of future performance. I or members of the team may or may not hold positions in any assets discussed. We may also exit to take a position in said assets. Views are subject to change with or without disclosure on the channel. I would also add that if you're not following Spotify everywhere audio, you want to do that because I'm going to be taking these two stocks individually. So that will give me more time to expatiate on my thoughts on them. So beyond the video comes up last. By the time you watch this video, the individual episodes would be out. Um, Now, also, if you're new to the channel, just to walk you through the weekday coverage. This is a weekend. Today is Saturday. It's 4:39 p.m. Nigerian time. But just to walk you through the coverage that happens. So 9:30 a.m. you have the pre-market video on YouTube. 9:45 a.m. the pre-market in Pigeon, Spotify, and everywhere else audio. 12:30 p.m. the media updates on YouTube. 5 p.m. the daily market summary on Substack. 7 p.m. daily market summary on Spotify and other audio platforms. And then 8 p.m. the daily market summary on YouTube here and Twitter at Green Ticket Tail. And so for the podcast, just search Green Ticket Tails podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music. All links are in my bio, and you can find content on the website greenticketails.com. So I'll start with Haldane McCall, which is a real estate company. So the stock kind of caught my eye sometime this week because I saw it trading at sub 4 naira a share. So it just kind of caught my eye. So I said, hey, let me do some rough maths, work out what's the book value of this stock. Now I'm somewhat in a conundrum when it comes to this stock because I can see going by its 9 months earnings or my estimate of FY 2025 earnings, stock is trading at about 22 times earnings. So that is almost three times the average PE ratio on the NGX. So it's kind of pricey and all that. But on a book value basis, which in my view, I think it's a pretty decent way to analyze a real estate company because most of the assets should be real estate, right? Physical assets. It's trading slightly below book value. So book value per share for this stock is 5 naira uh 35 kobo. While the current price is 4 naira 25 kobo. So it's trading about just under book value. And my personal view is, I mean, you're saying this firm has what 21 billion naira um worth of assets. I feel possibly that those assets could be worth a bit more. A lot of these firms, from an accounting basis, are kind of conservative in how they value those assets. So um it also caught my fancy because sometime this week I saw the stock trade around 393, 3 naira 93 kobo, which I mean, even at its current price point, the stock listed at 3 naira 84 kobo per share. So it's not far off its listing price. It was listed last year, November last year. So it's been 1 year on the NGX. It's trading slightly below book value. I think at bare minimum, it's equalized to book value. I see no reason why this stock shouldn't be trading at book value. So for me, it's a watch and see thing. I don't have a particular buy or sell view on this stock. But my broad view is I don't get why this stock should be trading below book value. So I think at bare minimum, it should trade at book value. But you would be the judge. Should you go by book value? Should you go by PE ratio? Which should take precedence? In my view, I think that book value should take precedence over PE ratio for this stock, even though the PE ratio is kind of pricey. But you can argue that if earnings accelerate in the next couple of years, then you would have the what's it called? You'd have the PE ratio kind of drop a bit as earnings become higher. So those are my thoughts on Haldane McCall. I'll be keeping an eye on this stock in next week's trading session. Now for the NGX Group, I mean, it's been a great year for the stock market. Record volumes traded, record value traded. So that obviously will filter to the NGX Group as the biggest entity there is Nigerian exchange, the stock market, the stock exchange. So it's been a good year for them. My estimate is that this firm would end the year somewhere around maybe 5.5 naira in earnings per share. So at its current price, last price it traded, that's about 10 times earnings. Um, yeah, it's a bit pricey. So the thing about this stock, it's a bit tricky in valuing this stock. The bulk of money is made directly and indirectly from trading volume. So directly fees are the exchange charges. Indirectly, there's an investing company, the CSCS, that have a huge stake that also manages the central registry for shares. They also have their own fees. So that's why. So a lot of direct and indirect money that this company makes is transacts based on the cuts they get from transactions on the exchange. Now, if you believe, and I think it's possible that you have next couple of years, you're going to have decent growth like we see this year in the stock market, then imagine if earnings were growing by maybe what 15-20%. So you can work out the numbers. Say in another 5 years, maybe earnings per share, what 8 naira, 7 naira. If you were to then apply a what 8x multiple or 9x multiple, where would you be? Maybe you'd be around the same range as well. So um I think that sub my view, maybe target entry price will be somewhere between 45 naira to, I mean, clearly this is a, as long as you have this exchange as a dominant exchange, getting in at a good price would make sense for this stock. So it's a bit pricey in my view. Maybe if it came down to 45, 50, then it would kind of make sense to me. It's also possible I'm lowballing because Q3 numbers, two naira in earnings. If you assume that you have six naira in earnings, and then you do a what, maybe 8x because that's the average P, you get 48, 49. So in my view, I think maybe the mid 40s tops 50. 50 will put it at maybe just under at just under 10 times earnings. I don't think a 10x multiple is too expensive for this stock, but the question is how's the next 5 years going to shape in terms of trading volumes? It's hard to predict that, So the ideal way to do things will probably to say take the last 5 6 years um, of this firm, look at the revenues, work out what's the average revenue. But that's also distorted by COVID because, and a lot of times when I'm doing my analysis, I kind of start from maybe 2022 to 2024 because 2020 COVID year, 2021 recovery year, those are abnormal years and all. So these are my thoughts. Just thought to do this random request. I put my numbers together and think of it as a chef. I put in together all your ingredients in a bowl. Use it to create something juicy. So I hope you found this useful, ladies and gentlemen. I see you tomorrow. I'll be looking at stocks I'll be watching for the coming week.